Not sure if you can hear me. Let me move then to Smangel. Hi, Smangel.
Yebo Precious ninjani?
Siyaphila njani?
Hayi siyaphila sisi siyabonga.
Kuyaqhubekeka kodwa.
Hayi siyayiphusha le nqola, siyayiphusha nakanjani izohamba.
I just want to start, but usually it's supposed to be the first person who came in, but I don't think he can unmute himself. So I will go with you, Smangele. Should we wait for them or should we start?
Maybe asibalinde kancane, basijoyine maybe 5 minutes.
Okay, so nasami inkinga ayikho-ke soqala ngo-16:09.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for attending. We've lost 2 people. I think the network is not stable at all. And I didn't even take their names. So we'll see. We'll start with Pulane. How is it going? Please unmute yourself. Please, Pulane, type the comments below because we can't hear you and I don't see that you can unmute yourself or something. I don't know what's happening. So I will move to...
Hello?
Hi. Oh, finally.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you doing?
I'm going well. I'm going well. I'm sorry, I couldn't attend my session because I was in group 7. I was driving and it was raining as well.
Pulane, do you want to attend a bit later then?
No, I'm saying I couldn't attend the last session, my group session. So,
Oh.
which was at 2, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you decided to
Yes,
join this one. Okay.
yes, yes,
No problem. How is it going with the
yes.
material? Is it easy to understand?
Yes, it is easy to understand. I'm not finding any challenges thus far
And application-wise?
because I was also listening to your previous videos on strategic management as well. So I mean on strategic objectives. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. An application for your business?
I have already I had already applied some of those strategic objectives already onto my business as to how, from the goals that I had established, like I had already written down like what actions to take to achieve those goals.
Perfect. Is it working out? What's not working?
Sis Precious, I just started my business. So yes, I have started implementing some of them this past last week as well, in terms of I had already opened like a professional business account. Finally, it took some time because they wanted my my formal registration documents. So I gave them that, and so it finally came through. And then aside from that, I also opened because I wanted to, one of my goals is to open a savings account whereby I can be able to save money, and it accumulates as it goes through the months. So I was also being able to contact Old Mutual to assist me on that. So that's one of the plans that have been in action.
Pulane, what business are you in?
I'm in a tour operating business. I'm a tour agency.
Okay. With
Yes.
COVID, how is the business doing?
It's only picking up now. It's only picking up now because starting from next week, I'll be busy with conducting tours and shuttles, and as well as I'll be having some international clients. But before, let's just say before, like even beginning of 2021, it was still pretty rough.
Okay, sis.
Yes.
I think you're gonna need to ask yourself how to bulletproof your business and figure out how to make money should something similar to this happen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm also,
alternative business, or including alternative income stream.
yeah, I just started, since I'm just about to complete my master's. I was offered, because I'm based in Tabazimbi, Limpopo. So we have a TVET college there that they also offer tourism as a subject. So they engaged with me to assist them to give a module whereby students can apply tourism practically.
Perfect.
So
That sounds
yeah,
good. Consider then working on that using your experience and create your
yeah,
own intellectual property of that, because that you can also sell and generate money out of.
yes, yes,
Okay. Because of the level of education that you're in, you can definitely design a good handbook for a startup of a tour guide, on how to start a tour guide in South Africa and build up. And you can interview other people who have done well in the tourism space. You can get the forward of people that are well known within the industry and build up. And you can also have a directory at the back, which the other people that you are putting on the direct can contribute in printing or even in making the book to be a final product.
yes. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's actually a good one, because now that you gave me this, I was actually part of my thesis is to develop like a tourism framework in small towns that have potential tourism development, such as Tabazimbi.
Yes. So, and there you can design your own thing, and that you can trademark whatever, and then take that framework, create a brand name for it, and then you will then trademark it and create a product on it.
No, I hear you, Sis Precious. No, I hear you. No, thank you.
Okay, Sister.
I think that's good. Yeah, no, that's actually good.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to Simangel. Mashallah.
Yes, it's Precious.
How is it going? How's business, guys?
Yeah, no, we're pushing, Sis Precious, we're pushing. I think last week we submitted the first assignment.
Okay.
That's one of setting goals. And now on Friday, we're supposed to now do the what you call one-page strategy.
Yes. How is that the first time you are doing a strategy, Simangel?
No, I've read about it in business as well, because if you are an entrepreneur, you attend all these things. So I'm familiar with it. I understand all those SWOT analysis, parcel. I've heard about it because it's in most business studies. You find the SWOT analysis. Yeah, all those stuff. I find to be a lot of reading on my side. But yeah, it's all part of the strategy. So it's all the visions, missions. Yeah, because that you must have in the company profile or the business plan. Yeah, so I understand all of those.
Okay. Tell me something, the application though into your business, especially taking your SWOT analysis and making sure that the factors that are giving you strength, they are on your profile and your marketing material, they help you to position yourself, but making sure that the opportunities you then design the business model canvas, plus also the actual strategy on it. Have you implemented this part? Look at the screen, what I'm sharing now.
Yeah, I'm still going to populate all those. I think I've done just the vision mission. I haven't come to the PESEL or the POTAS 5 force, but I think I need to finish that before Friday, so I can also finish that business model canvas and that a one-page strategy.
Okay. My suggestion,
Yeah.
Mangel, you are already late. At least today, try to see if you can finish your Porter 5 forces and pestle today.
Okay.
Then tomorrow, you take, remember within the workbook, there's questions.
Yeah.
Just answering the questions that are within those categories. Then take those factors and plug them in and say, okay, if politically there is a problem, there's legislation or regulation that the legislature are passing right now politically, or a policy that the ANC is taking, how does that impact my business? Does that give me strength? Does that give me weaknesses? Does that give me opportunities? Does that give me threat? Categorize the factors like that. Then when you have done the categories of those factors that you have identified that directly and indirectly affect your business, you then take those and ask yourself, okay, the ones that are providing a strength, I'm gonna update my company profile. The one that are actually giving me weaknesses, I will put it as my personal development plan for 2022. These are my area of study. For the ones that are opportunities, I'm gonna take that and create the business model canvas, which is gonna cover 3 areas: key partners, customers, and the value that I'm bringing to those customers, right? And then, and then you then take, the next step is that from the business model, you then look again on the opportunity factors and then create the strategies, because the opportunities are low-hanging fruit. And these strategies are gonna focus on the foundation. What is the foundation? Organizational capacity. What do I need to do to bring in the goals, to be able to execute the goals that I have set for myself? What capacity and capability do I need to have in place? Knowledge, experience, technology, maybe some improvement on my on understanding on how I can improve certain things. And then what processes would that need be required to be improved, that will drive value to my customers, that will make my customer come back, that will make my customer build up and work with me or provide me with more orders, and that will then, all of this is interlinked. You can't just choose one strategy on the other, but it doesn't make sense on the other side. Does that make sense, guys? That applies to everyone. Okay, understand that when you're building the strategy, it starts from your capacity and it builds up. Finance is the result. Your customers will be beneficial to your product only if your processes and your systems work, but only if you have a capacity and capability to do what needs to be done. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay.
Yes, I understood, yeah.
Okay. Are there any questions that I can assist with? Guys, remember, you don't need to just ask for work that you are in terms of the schoolwork. I want to know the challenge in you applying the content into your real life. Yes, you are right, Smangel, it's a lot of reading, but this is supposed to be an easy read, with the aim that as you read, you're making notes. That is why there's lots of spaces for you to make notes. Why do you need to make notes? it allows you to think through what you want to translate and communicate, but it then makes the plans to be more concrete. Does that make sense? Okay, guys, let's I'm gonna take the questions. Who's next? Lungile, how is it going? Lungile?
Hello.
Sawubona again.
Yebo ma.
Ninjani?
Siyaphila nge-right. Also Precious, you know, with me, reading all of this, I kind of like, I understand what your material is saying, ne? But then I just feel that now like applying in writing, I kind of like my head gets so blocked. I think it's because maybe I'm all over the place. I don't know.
Do you pray, Lungile?
Yes.
Okay. Do you plan before you go to sleep? Do you plan a day before?
No. Like what I do is that I know. Okay, let me maybe tell you where I started. Like I started with, okay, now I'm a real estate agent, right? So, but on the side, what I do is that I market, like when you come with your business, like you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ventured into marketing people's like businesses and getting businesses for them, and then I just charge 10% on that. Although it's something that I just started 2019, but targeting the minds, the training companies to do your LEDs and your SLPs, like the trainings that mines have to do for the communities. So I will just source, so I'll just source this companies that are accredited for that, and then charge my sourcing of that business. So I am not yet in a structural like business per se, but what I want to do at the end of the day is to run a real estate a company. Like now I'm busy with my module 3. I think that's why I feel maybe it's too much for me now in real estate. And 2 years back, I tried the student accommodation. Like we converted our home into a student accommodation. But then when this COVID thing started and all that, it wasn't working for us. And the UMP changed their payments and what. Here in Mpumalanga, it's not in Gauteng. Like the fees that NEFSAS gives us is little than in the other provinces. So yeah, I don't know how to put it. I'm not good actually in presentations.
What do you say? You said you can sell. So if you can sell, you can communicate, right?
Probably, yes. Selling, yes, I can.
There is no,
Like a one-on-one, yes, but not sure. Yes.
People, come on, it's just 3 people. Okay, so what I would need you to do, Lungile, is that you see the universe loves order.
Yes.
I do not mind that you'll be doing a lot of things. That's not an issue. What is an issue is that have you created a structure for yourself on how you're gonna operate? I think right now you don't have that. Because you don't have that, you then get overwhelmed by the external pressures. And those external pressures then put so much stress that you start panicking and not sure what to do, not to do what. Okay, drop that, and then sometimes you start, you finish, you don't finish, you move on to something else, and then you end up being everywhere. And that is a recipe for failure, Lungile. That is not a recipe for success. What we need to work on is for us to help you structure your mind and build up and block your time. So we call something time blocking for students when they are studying, and say you're gonna prioritize subjects that you don't like, or you didn't do well during the year. How many hours you're gonna dedicate, and what's the structure of that? I'm using that as an example. But with you as a working woman, you're gonna need to structure it in terms of the responsibility you have at home. If you have children at home, you have a family to look after, which means your time should be between 8 and 4 or 5 latest. But between 8 and 5, you're gonna need to have a specific things that you do on daily basis, come rain or shine. And I promise you, Lungile, when you start doing that, you will see your life changing. What are you gonna do? How you gonna do it is, you know you have to do certain work for your real estate certification, right?
Yes.
And that's starting. When do you need to submit? Are there activities that you have been given by the principal to do on daily basis, or do you decide on what do you do?
No, I've got a logbook, and then I've got a portfolio of evidence that like it was module 1. I'm finished now 2. Now I'm busy with the 3 and with the logbook. The logbook, like weekly, you sort of load your activities and your communications with the sellers, the buyers, and the trainings that we have like monthly at the office.
Okay.
So that logbook must also be submitted at the end of the year.
Perfect. But you don't want to wait until the end of the year. You want to do it on regular basis. Now, what I want to find out from you, can you look at your 5 days a week and dedicate the time to collect the portfolio of evidence every Fridays?
Okay.
And then can you look at making phone calls and follow up and doing activities relating to the real estate? Dedicate certain hours. And once you have done those hours, you are done for the day. Can you do that?
Yeah, yes, I can. I guess, yeah. And another thing, I don't know how we must do. I must do this. The picking, the dropping of kids and fetching them. Also, it's a distraction in the day. You know.
That is true.
So,
but then what you should do not let it to be the reason of you not getting focus. Maybe then if your car has a Bluetooth, you can make phone calls during the pickup and dropping off.
Okay.
Do you understand so that is what I do when I'm dealing with my kids, when I'm at home. I just make sure that during the pickup and the drop off, that is when I'm making phone calls. But after that, then I'm able to work. So it doesn't feel like I've lost 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
So it's just figuring out how to maximize your time. It's figuring out how to maximize your time and make sure that you are using your time at the maximum. And you do the things that are difficult maybe a little bit earlier when your mind is still fresh. And then you build up on that. But what you need is a structure and a routine. Please repeat that back to me. What do you need is the structure
and the routine.
So when you're designing your timetable, focus on structure and routine. Okay, sis, you will be fine. I will be in contact with you. I'm also in property. I've just bought about 10 properties in the last 6 months, so I'm still looking for more. Phela mina ngiyasebenza ngifane nani. I'm serious, like 10 properties.
Wow, that's good. I
Okay.
also want to get there.
You also want to get there. So what I'm going to do though, Lungile, I'm going to send you my number, DM me directly, and then we will chat offline.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Lungile, thank you so much for sharing the areas of your challenges, because it allows also others to pick up on what they can improve on and what are the things they can work on. Tendo, Ninjani, hello.
Hello.
Ninjan.
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm good, Sisi. How is it going with the material? Are you ready to submit the strategy? Only one page, but there's a lot of work to be done to get to one page.
Exactly. I'm ready, but it made me realize that I have so many problems that I need to work on.
Okay, let's start with few that you think maybe I might be of assistance.
Okay, the main, like I've been looking at the strategy of how to take my business like to the next level, business growth and all that. So I realized that where I am, I won't be able like to go where I want to go because I'm in vegetable archer. So most of my client base is in Pretoria. So I'm failing because I don't have stables, like people who can work for me full time. So that's my main challenge and biggest challenge.
Who can work for you to do what? Sell your products?
Resellers, yes, that's my main problem because they always drop me. Sometimes most of them just run away with money. So it's a challenge for me. So I really don't know how to solve it.
Okay, my dear. First of all, the people that are gonna sell your vegetables, why do you need them to be individual? Why are you not getting people already selling on the street to sell your stuff?
I haven't thought about that. So maybe I should start thinking about that than just getting someone who's not working.
Let me say this. The way you are looking at your business is not the right business model. That is why it's not working out. Mina, Sis Tendo, if I was you, I will go and find hawkers that are already selling, and I will be their wholesale. I will sell to them, even if though I will sell less than if I was gonna sell, but that will still be better because then I don't need to manage. It's their stock.
Yes,
The guys that have tuck shop, I can actually work out a consignment stock. So saying, I'm gonna come and have a display of my vegetables and sell them. For everything that sell, I will give, you will take 10%. I will then take 90% or 20%. It doesn't matter, but you have a stall which the guy in the tuck shop sells for you because there's people walking in. That will be my second distribution line. My other distribution line is to actually find people who are cookers, people that cook on the street and stuff, for them to buy from me direct.
No, okay, maybe you didn't hear me right. Okay, I do vegetable plantation, so I sell vegetables, and then secondly, I do vegetable archer. So vegetable archer is the one that is giving me problems. So I'm sorted with vegetables.
It's the same principle. You get the tuck shop guys to sell for you than you selling, because you don't have a capacity, you don't have staff people to go around to sell your arch.
Yeah.
It is like you look at yourself as a manufacturer and a wholesaler. Don't look at yourself as a retailer.
Okay.
You will make lesser money, but your stock will move, which means you'll have more money in the long term.
Yeah, that's true because like my arch is being tested right now. I'm waiting for the certification from SABS. So that's where I'll move maybe to spaza shops and
Yes,
supermarkets.
yes. But start
once I
right
receive the
now.
certification.
Start right now to get customers and find out their interest, because you will negotiate with them differently depending what they have to offer. The
But,
guys that
yeah, I
sell
need
on
to
the
try to-
street, you can still sell to them, because e-archer is part of what they should be serving with the food.
Yes,
So
yes,
the
yes.
strategy will still work. Work on building that customer base. Don't focus on getting employees. The reason why you will struggle, you don't know who you are within the value chain. You see, you have to make a decision. Are you a manufacturer or a retailer or distributor? When you decide to do all of it, then you're gonna fail within the value chain. I
I'm
can't
choosing to be
wait,
manufacturer.
Mahmoud, I can't wait to see your strategy and your business model.
I will see it on Friday.
I'll see it on Friday.
It's almost there, so I'm
Okay.
done with it. Yeah, I will submit.
Okay, update it based on what we have discussed now. Have a look and
Yes.
see how that will actually work out, and update and send. It would be good to have a look at that. Dagalo,
Okay. Thank you so much.
thank you. Dagalo,
Hello, it's Precious.
Ninjan,
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I'm good. How is it going? What's your full name?
Dakaro Ramapondo.
Rama Ondo. Okay, I need to make sure that it talks to your registration for the attendance register. Dagalo, how is it going?
Hey, my business has been very slow, eh? It
Is
has
the
been very
business
slow.
slow, or is it you being slow? Which is it?
No, I've been working on my personal development in terms of
Alright.
being a good entrepreneur for the past few months. And I've been trying to push for the business to do well, but it's just that I've been struggling to find clients. That is maybe one area that I have to improve on. But that's why I'm saying, it's been very slow. In fact, let me just put it this way. My business focuses more on business incubation. In fact, I'm into business incubation, and I've also been trying to apply for different funding packages from different institutions. Recently, I've tried to apply for funding from SEDA. Yes, SEDA. Yes. So I've been waiting for funding, but still nothing so far. So I'm into business incubation, and I've been trying to source clients to say to them they can come here, and I will help them with their businesses, but it hasn't been going the way I planned.
So do you understand though how to make money in the consulting industry for small business in South Africa? Have you figured out?
Yes. Come again?
Have you figured out how business development consulting work in South Africa makes money?
Yes, I've done. Yes, I've done my research, and one of the revenue stream that I was planning to implement on my business is through the membership fee. If maybe I can find, or if I can develop a program of about 50 entrepreneurs to come through to the program, then they can pay for, like, let's say, for example, 500 a month. That was my idea, to say this will be my revenue stream.
Takano, you still are not getting it. Your one, the entrepreneurs, South African entrepreneurs, they do not see value in in what you are providing. That's why they are not signing up. And not because their product is inferior. They just don't know what they don't know. Unconscious, incompetent. They just don't know what they don't know. They don't see a value in it. Therefore, it means you're gonna need to get someone who sees a value, who will buy your time or your skill and pay you for it, for you to work with the entrepreneurs. And I am saying the way you are structuring it is not gonna work in the African market.
Okay.
So me and you are in the same industry.
Okay, yeah.
It's just that you decided that your offering is business incubation. Mine is business development, business consulting, right? The same thing.
Yes, yes.
So what I get paid, whether you guys decide to attend the session or you don't attend the session, as long as Mina, I have booked the staff, I've made the time. Noma ngabe nibabili on here or kukhona oyedwa on the session, I still get paid. I don't get paid by you doing something. Why? Why my model does not depend on that? Because I've tried what you are talking about. South African entrepreneurs don't have, majority of them, there's very few that value education. They don't link their failure to their lack of capacity. They link it to government or someone is not, or funding, or access to market. They don't realize the reason why they don't have access to market is because they don't know enough to penetrate the market. And that is why they're not gonna see a value in what you do. So if you then come back to that and say, okay, if I do my business incubation for these entrepreneurs and they pay maybe 500 Rand or 50 Rand or whatever amount, in my package, what am I gonna include that will make them to be attractive? So maybe I can say something like, okay, after they will be incubated for 12 months, they will have a business plan. I have a list of funders that they will work with. Maybe I have 3 or 5 companies that will give them market access to market. Maybe I can then have few mentors and coaches that are industry leaders that can contribute hours in assisting the groups. But also that business incubation will have to be sector specific, not
yes.
So that is how I will do it, Dakola. And I'm of a view, you need to go back to the drawing board. Start looking on who can pay you for what you do. That does not depend on what the entrepreneur does. Your success should not be based on somebody else not doing their part. Right now, I'm running this training program. I got paid by the trust in Italy that has a business in Africa. I got paid and the number of entrepreneurs that have enrolled, but I don't know what's going to be the outcome, how many people are going to graduate and submit the assignment. And I cannot predict that, especially with personalities we have. Why? It's because the business model that you are talking about, I've tried it, it doesn't work. You're gonna need to find people that wanna pay for development, that wanna maybe consider working with Ulungile, find my minds, and then you design and build up a package for mines, build up a package for maybe for big corporate, and then offer that to big corporate, because they are looking for people like yourself and myself to give money to and develop entrepreneurs. Does that make sense, Bob?
It makes sense. It really makes sense.
Okay, so go back to the drawing board, Digga, my brother, and restart all over. You tear off all your plans, start afresh. I need to see a strategy that's gonna work. I'm gonna review it.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Business is gonna pick up, but you're gonna be smart about it. And while you are building that, you don't depend on anybody to say yes or no. Start creating small things like e-booklet. Position yourself as a subject expert in something so that you can build up your intellectual property. The more exposure you get from the platforms, the more work you will get. People will talk about you when you're not even in the room. So position, build, really think very hard on how to position yourself.
No, thank you so much. I heard you. I heard you clearly.
Hayi inkinga ayikho, ngiyabonga. Thabis, kuhamba kanjani? Tabs.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Ngiyaphila
Hello, how are
njani?
you?
I'm good.
Humble. Yes, Mish. I know after enrolling for this course, I have a very different eye on my business, man. It has challenged me of what I've been thinking of as of my business. You see, man. Me, I'm in agriculture and I deal with crop and animal, man. So the challenge is in agriculture. It takes long time to receive revenue, because maybe a crop takes 3 months. Animals, cattle, they have to take about 10 months to go and sell. So the time I put in money and the time I'm going to earn money is too long. So monthly expenses and generation of money and other things for improvements in my business. Sometimes cash flow is the problem, you see, man. So I think this production year, maybe ending March, the money that I'm going to receive, I need to think something strategic that can, on a monthly basis, generate income so that I can meet these short-term debts, so that the business can go on, can carry on as normal.
No problem, Tabiso. Can I help you? Are you open to hear me?
Yes, ma'am, no problem.
Okay, because sometimes we are not open to hearing certain ideas. How many livestock do you have?
Okay, now I have 20 cows and 1 bull.
And when it comes to crops, you are harvesting every 3 months, or is it a cycle? Do you have a cycle?
Yeah, it's I harvest every 3 months. No? But the problem, I'm here in Mokopane, in Mokopane, where I am. I'm based on June and let's say from May to July or August. It's a frost area, so cropping does not really perform well that time.
Okay, so can I give you some ideas, Tabis, of what can be done?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, so for the livestock, the cows, they are being fed, and they are actually, when you feed them, they then poo, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you convert that poo to be a manure that you can sell?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll make a research about that, ma'am.
Okay, so let's recycle
Okay.
the poo of the cows so that
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can then sell the manure of that, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
When you are having crop, can you also try to see how that crop that is old, you can actually work out a plan with someone who's already in agro processing to take the excess stock that has been left out after you have sold to process it in terms
Okay.
of bottles? Can you try to make a deal, find someone that you can make a discussion and some sort of an agreement?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The next one also, during May and July, when you cannot put crops in and you are not producing anything, what do you
Yes.
think you can do with that property? Because it's unused.
Yes, ma'am. And this revenue being passing.
Yes, so maybe put that as a question mark for you to investigate further. What can you do? There is a possibility that maybe consider building up trees around the area where you are planting so that you can put some sort of something to cover the crop.
Okay.
So just try to think what is possible, what is it that I can do so that I don't lose that much time, because that's almost like 3 months. It is
Yes.
3 months, it's full 3 months. Now, the other thing that I need you to do is I need you to start budgeting. Create a budget for each crop and for each season as you harvest. Be very clear how much you have put in as your input in terms of cost and how much you're going to be selling the items for.
Okay.
The reason why you're running out of cash is because you also are not planning your purchasing. You are not planning for the income when the income is going to come.
Yeah.
When you have excess money, I need you to create the investment account where you're gonna actually then save the money in the investment account. Don't keep the money in your current account.
Okay. Should be an
And
investment
yeah,
account.
it's gonna be a small interest, but at least it's gonna cover bank charges.
Okay.
I also need you to really start asking yourself, what are the things that you have in your property that you are not using 100%? Maybe you have staff in certain period that are not working the full 7 hours or 8 hours. I need you to start monitoring and checking for that. The money is within your system. The way you are using and managing resources is where you are losing the money.
Okay, so monitoring is also important.
Yes. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a list of who is on the roster of your staff and what are they doing and how much you are paying. And you monitor what exactly is Uzodwa doing during this time. Ngimkhokhela for 7 hours, but does she work 7 hours? Do I get a value out of her for 7 hours? If you can't answer those questions, maybe Uzodwa should be working only 4 hours or maybe 3 times a week in specific times. Only during harvest time, maybe Uzodwa should work full time.
Yeah.
I need you to go back. I need you to start looking at each equipment that you have in your farm and ask, Is this equipment being used 365 days a year, 5 days a week, or 7 days a week? If the answer is no, okay, can uDlamini, can he operate this machine for another farm? Connect her with other farmers and see what you guys can exchange in using equipments. Because you could actually even sublease it, rent it out when you're not using it.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, go back to the drawing board with these ideas and start analyzing and start picking up where to make your business run more efficiently based on the trends that you understand exist in your environment. Find out also from other farmers what are their challenges and how they are solving those challenges. Build up a network.
I understand.
Okay, I hope, Tabiso, you're gonna take this, and I can't wait to read your strategy and your plans, but also working through these issues that we have tackled today. I need you to pay attention to that detail.
Yes, ma'am. I know, I understand. Because also, I think what we are also trying to say indirectly, we are saying cost savings also makes NDT viable, man.
Indeed,
If I can,
indeed.
if I can, with strategies that can either make me use my resources effectively, or I reduce my cost.
Absolutely. You know what, Tabeso, because in finance, we have income and we have expenditure, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we have assets, and then we have debt. Sometimes we can't touch this, like you were saying. Sis Precious, there's 3 months that I don't make any money. There's 10 months that I have to wait for my livestock until I'm ready to sell it. I can't touch that. Do you see that?
Yes.
But guess what? There's opportunities to capitalize here, because the aim is to reduce this so that you can increase what? Your profit.
Okay.
Right? Remember,
Yeah.
this is income statement, which is what? Your performance of the business. This is balance sheet, which is what? Your position, your net worth, your value. Right?
Yes.
Your assets. This will also include land. This equipment, you're going to look at the land. Can I actually sublease some of my land? Can I find out if other farmers in the local area, they need a feeding area? Maybe you can rent it out for someone to come and feed in your area, because maybe you have lesser cows than them.
Yes.
Equipment, usage. You're also looking at, you know what, the cows, they might actually, because of who they are, what they do, maybe I just need to buy a few more chemicals, then I'm gonna produce manure. Do you understand what I mean? Because that is your asset, that is what you own. The asset produces income. The asset produces income. And when the income get produced, it then increases, which will also increase your profit. So work around this, my brother, you will be fine. And as you build more efficiency, you then start building up proper system that allow you to use what? Other people's money. So where you can now start making sure that the money that you are using is not just your money, but other people's money. And the business, so work through your strategy and your business model so that you can build up a business plan, which you can then apply funding for.
Yes, I know. I hear you very well.
Ayike inkinga ayikho Thabiso, ngiyabonga. Okay, guys, is anyone who has questions? Okay, guys, there is someone who's joining now. Let's wait a bit for him or her. Who is she, by the way? Join without a proper name. Hi. I think I need to remove this person. Guys, I'm gonna have to remove this person because I don't understand why they join with, they don't have a name and they are not speaking. Okay, I've removed them. Okay, guys. Is anyone who has any question? Is anyone who need guidance or even follow up? Tabiso, are you talking? I think you are on mute.
No, I'm fine, ma'am. I'm fine. I just need time to sit and think how to strategize around my situation. But maybe I will come up with a plan. I'll show you.
Yeah. And guys, remember, I'm also available on DM on WhatsApp.
Yeah, but so far, I'm still.
I'm available on cell phone when you're not sure, when you're getting stuck. I'm here to make sure you have clarity and you are able to execute your plan. Next year is gonna be amazing, but it's only gonna be amazing if we put work and effort right now. If there's no one else with a question or who needs a follow up, guys, I don't have any more to share with you for today. Ni right, Pulane Lungile, Dakola Tabiso Tendo, Sma, ni right, Singaval.
No, I am good. Thank you, Sisi.
Thank you. Goodbye. Lots of love and go.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.